We'll start with Grant Ramey, and then we'll go to Jimmy Himes.
Keon, how prepared do you feel at this point after kind of the crazy summer and spring that everybody had to be a contributor from day one for this team?
I feel extremely prepared. The coaching staff has done a great job helping me get prepared for our upcoming season and just helping me with different tasks for me to get better each and every day.
Ken, what's been your biggest adjustment so far on the collegiate level?
My biggest adjustment has been my time management, being able to balance my time as well as school and come back and get extra shots up in the gym, whether it be late at night or probably come before practice and get shots up.
What do you feel like your best position is, or do you feel like you could play the 1, 2, or the 3?
I feel like I can play the 1, 2, or the 3. It really doesn't matter. I feel like it really depends on the game where I'd be playing, and there's really no problem where Coach wants to put me. I really don't have a problem with that.
We'll go to Gustavo and Rob Lewis.
How you been your adaptation to Rocky Top? You spoke with other players. How you feel about coming to Rocky Top this season?
Coming into Rocky Top, I feel like it's been a great experience for me. With COVID being around, I feel like it's kind of a win-lose situation. Just not too many people being around, not too many distractions. But on the flip side of having fans come to our games is also a big part of it as well. So,
Keon, I know you've seen practices and talked to the current players on the team, but what's it been like actually getting coached by Rick? I mean, has it been an adjustment, or were you ready for it?
It's been an adjustment, but I was also ready for it as well. I knew coming in from day one what type of coach he was, and just knowing what type of person he is just helps me become better as a player.
And just to follow up, was there one moment like early in practice where you'd seen it, you'd heard about it, but then it was directed at you and you're like, oh man, that's harsh?
It was actually our first summer practice. Coach Barnes came and had everyone just going after each other, and he got his way around to me, and I felt like oh, it's my turn. So
We'll go to Ryan Shumpert and Mike Wilson.
Hey, Keon, what aspect of your game do you think will help the team the most this year?
I feel like my speed is what helps our team this year. Just me being able to get a rebound and push the ball. I feel like me being able to lead the break off the rebound is what sets myself apart.
All right, I think Mike fell off. We'll go to David Pascal and then Ben McKee.
Keon, can you just talk about when you committed to Tennessee? I'm sure you had a vision of what your first few days and months would be like. Given what y'all have all had to go through with the COVID, what has been the biggest difference, would you say, when you kind of pictured what you had in mind, what those first few months would be like?
I feel like the first few months normally would have been a lot more practices, a lot of us being around each other a lot more. But I feel like that us as a team, with COVID being around, we didn't get that opportunity to be around each other as much as we normally would.
And as a quick follow, when you think about like the coaches poll came out today, and I think Tennessee's 14th, when you think about like you knew you were joining a good program anyway, how much excitement is there to get this going just because of all the optimism that this program has right
now? I really haven't looked too much into like rankings and all that, but I feel like everyone on the team has a chip on their shoulder. And a lot of everyone is on the team is humble and just willing to work.
Keon, I know you're competing with Victor and Josiah and Santi to get onto the court, but how have those guys helped you at the guard position kind of integrate yourself into the system since they're returning players at that position?
They've helped me in so many ways, just being vocal. All of the guys, we all look out for each other. We all want the best for each other. And that's really the leadership standpoint we have with each other. We all want each other to be the best that we can.
We'll go to Jimmy Himes and Mike Wilson.
Keon, you mentioned everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. Why? Why do you have a chip on your shoulder?
I feel like everyone has that character that everybody just wants to compete, get better each and every day, and make a name for themselves. And being at the University of Tennessee is part of it. I feel like, and just having that mindset that if you work hard, then there's always a reward coming afterwards.
Mark Griffin said that when you got to campus, you would be the best defensive player on the team. What makes you a really good defensive player?
I feel like my grit, just my will to want to play defense, to want to lock another opponent down, and just being able to have that type of heart and stigma about myself.
Yeah, and what's it like going from, kind of probably being used to being the best player on the court in games you're playing into now carving out a role on a team with a lot of guards, and how do you go about kind of measuring out where you feel like you should make your biggest contribution?
I feel like it first starts off on the defensive end. If you can defend, then you'll find your way onto the court. I don't think it's been a struggle for me to find my spots or find where I fit in. But it's also been a learning experience for me, just knowing that I have to figure out my strengths and my weaknesses.
What was maybe the biggest learning moment or experience you've had so far that kind of showed you that?
Me learning the point guard position. I've always been the leader on the team, but I've never been the leader on the team from a point guard standpoint, trying to construct the offense and get everyone into their spots.
Go Rob Lewis and Trey Wallace.
Yeah, Keon, speaking of the point guard stuff, I've seen you play before and haven't seen you really play point guard, but talking to people around the program, it's clearly something that you can do. Is that a new development? Have you always done that, or is it something that you've been asked to do since you've been here?
It's been something I've asked to do since I've gotten here, but I haven't run away from the task. I feel like it's a great way for me to learn, and if that's what it takes for me to get on the court, I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, what's college life been like for you so far? Transitioning, doing classes, also basketball. What's that been like for you, and how do you like it?
I love the college lifestyle. It's almost similar to, I feel like, what a pro lifestyle is, but minus the school part. It's each and every day is a learning day for me to learn. I feel like every day I've just got to come in ready to work, and there'll be a beneficial outcome in the end.
And who would you say that maybe you've latched onto the most in practice? Maybe you've learned from leaders above you. Who might that be?
Eve Pines.
Grant Ramey and Ryan Shumpert.
Keon, when did playing defense and playing it well really become a priority for you? Obviously, a lot of young guys would rather focus on the offensive end, take pride there. When did defense become something that you knew you were good at and could focus on?
From a very early age, my parents always told me that defense is just as much as part of the game as offense is. You've got to be able to play both sides. So just having that being taught to me at a very early age has led on to me now and has made me the player who I am today.
What's it like watching Eve on the defensive end now that you're a teammate with him up close?
I love being on the court with him. we both are gritty on defense, and just knowing that you have his type of help and athleticism on your backside is very rewarding.
I guess in your couple months of being here, just who's the hardest player on this team to guard and stop?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, who is the hardest player on this team to guard, get a defense to stop against?
Me personally, I feel Santi Vescovi is the hardest person for me to guard, just because I've never had to guard a guy that plays the way that he does. He's very fundamental, and he doesn't get too outside of himself to get others into their spots.
Jimmy Himes and Mike Wilson.
Ken, would you talk a little bit about what you feel like is the best part of your offensive game?
The best part of my offensive game is I feel like the ability to rise above defenders and shoot a jump shot, as well as me being able to post up smaller defenders on me and going to get a basket.
Also, playing the point guard, how do you feel like that has helped you get an understanding of the offense that Tennessee's trying to run?
Playing the point guard has helped me learn the offense a lot faster. Not only just learn the offense, but learn multiple spots in the offense, just because I know that I'll be playing more than one position on the floor.
Keon, what's the connection like with you and Jaden, and how have you guys kind of helped each other, and what sorts of things have you done through the past few months to really push and grow together?
Well, first off, we're roommates, so we always look after each other, and we both want the best for each other. So whether in practice we're going at each other, sometimes we'll be on the opposite ends of each other, and we'll have to guard each other as if we're not on the same team. But at the end of the day, we're still teammates, and we still push each other to work harder and to be the best that we can.
When outside expectations are that you might not be in college for a very long time, does that create an urgency in you to really make the most of the time you have and make an imprint on a program while you're in college?
It doesn't create a urgency for me. I'm here to do one thing, and that's to play basketball, but as well as get my education as well. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes for me to get the best out of both. So.
All right, got a couple minutes left. Gustavo and David Pascal.
Tennessee is 13 days away of their first game of the season against Charlotte at home. How excited to finally play in front of the fans? I know it's going to be limited, but still to play at Thompson-Boling Arena.
I'm very excited to play in Thompson-Boling. Without the fans, it'll be a little different than what I've seen coming in, but still just being able to step on the court and play a game of basketball is I feel like it's going to be very fun playing in TBA.
Keon, surely you and Jaden compete away from the court. What do y'all play video games against each other? How do y'all battle away from the court?
We play video games every now and then whenever we get a chance. But it's all fun and games. So
what's y'all's most what game do y'all play most, and who usually comes out the winner?
We play Madden a lot, and he's beaten me pretty much every time we played.
All right, we'll finish up with Rob and then Jimmy Himes.
Keon, just how did Mark Griffin help you with your development from the time he started working with you in the off season? What would you say was his biggest contribution to your development?
His contribution to me was just having passion for the game. He was never, I guess, pushy towards which side I should lean on, but he's always kept it up front with me. We've never been on the downside, and just his honesty has just came a long way with me and my family.
Keon, how much do you think you have improved because you're going against such really good, talented players in practice?
From the first day that I got here, I feel like I've improved a great majority, whether it's on the defensive end or just on offense, getting my shot to where it's supposed to be.
Also, Tennessee not only plays in a very good league, the SEC, but they've got Kansas, got Gonzaga. Do you look forward to playing in those type games, the SEC contest plus the Gonzagas and the Kansas of the world?
I look forward to playing every game. I play every game as if it's my last. Don't really look too far ahead as far as opponents, but on the court, I'll compete no matter what.
All right, Keon, we really appreciate you. We will have Jaden in just a moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.